Again, I was awakened by the alarm, and in an instant as always, I was up and ready for my day, grabbing my bag without thinking like it was an inborn instinct. Yet today was different. Something was wrong. Very wrong. I did not have time to pause and contemplate what exactly was wrong, so I continued to walk. After all, I did not have a second to spare if I wanted to catch my train. Surprisingly, I did not see any bodies on the floor within the apartment complex. It is a rare sight, but a fortunate one whenever it appears. Such good news, however, was not the case when I stepped outside. 3 unfortunate souls perished on the street on the way to the train station. One died right outside of the apartment complex, face down, which indicated that death got him suddenly as he rushed to the train station. He wore the machine cleaner overalls. I, of course, did not stop to see who it was, but there was a good chance that I could identify the face if I had. The other 2 died near the train station. They almost reached it, but they fell dead in the same manner as the machine cleaner near my apartment, face down. The cause of death? The same as the cause of death for everyone in this world: lack of pulse. I continued to head towards the train station. I could see the crowd that had already gathered, and I heard the train arrive at the train station just as I reached the crowd. I was getting slower, a death sentence in this world. I would have to improve my time in the future if I wanted to continue to survive. We all got on the train and the doors closed. The train went off in the same manner that it always does. I wondered to myself, what exactly was wrong? I felt much worse than before, but my mind seemed to be drawing blanks, perhaps to protect me from the truth that I was about to face. Sadly, I believe that exact thing was the case. I discovered what was wrong when I saw the very same eyes of pity, the ones that we all gave to that woman who died on the train yesterday. Only this time, those pity eyes were being directed towards me. Many were staring. They turned their gaze once I glanced at their direction, but I knew that the attention was directed towards me. I extended my hands and looked down to see them, and that is when I saw what was wrong. My skin, it was terribly wrinkled, bleeding even in certain places. I turned to look at my face in the reflection of the glass on the train, and I saw it there as well. A hideous face, terribly wrinkled without all that many flakes. Instead, it looked leathery, with a few red cracks. The same cracks that one has when chapped lips bleed. The same skin that was on the lady that died yesterday. The same skin that I saw so many times in the bodies of the dead on the street. After all those days of life, it has finally come. The moment when my pulse has begun to run out. I could not cry. I tried, thinking that it will bring me peace, but I could not cry no matter what I tried to do. Whether it was because my heart was so scarred by trauma and pain that I could feel emotion no longer, or whether it was because of the emotional shock of what I had just discovered, I could not tell. But one thing was certain. Today is my last day. No doubt. I may drop dead in a few moments, perhaps a few hours. Or I may be so lucky that I survive until tomorrow. But I knew that today was my last normal day. The eyes of pity began to dissipate. They still remained, but since I was not dropping dead, the pity was given, and then the attention of the workers was redirected elsewhere. The train pulled into the station, and we all got off for work. Queued up for our daily gift of pulse, I was hopeful. Delusional would be more accurate. But I was hopeful that perhaps with the boost of pulse that I was about to receive from the doctor, I may have enough to get through the day and recharge enough from the meal that I may be able to extend my life. I just needed to make it to tomorrow. Once tomorrow hits, I just need to make it to that doctor that stands in the entrance to the factory. I may even get a tiny vial of pulse from the propaganda factory. Every little bit helps, after all. I may even be able to convince the company to sell me a few vials of the pulse that we get from the doctor in exchange for whatever savings I have. All worth a shot, after all, no matter how many times that they have said no in the past. I was being foolish. There will be no advertisement today, and even if there was, the chance that we receive that minuscule dose of pulse are even more minuscule.